had a conversation with someone a couple of days ago about time management. Now, I don't know about you, but during the last 18 months, when things have not been exactly normal and I haven't been out and about as much, I've had a lot more time just to be in my office. And because of that, I've not really been under pressure to meet a lot of deadlines. I've been doing, fewer client projects than I normally would. And I kind of noticed that the work that I've been doing is expanded to fill the working day. And so in recent months, when things have started to get going again, and we're now doing much more work with clients, I'm out and about a bit more and so on, I have actually had to start thinking about how I manage my time again. I've had to get a little bit more productive and a little bit sharper. And someone was saying to me that they were having difficulty with time management and that getting the right balance between working life and home life was tough and so on. And so we started talking about how do you achieve this balance? How do you make sure that the time you're spending on your work is balanced up with time you're spending outside of work and that neither one or the other takes over. And I think maybe the key to this is about planning, because if you're thinking ahead, then obviously you can spot if there's a danger that one side of your life is going to take over, or you can see in advance if there's going to be a period of time when you've got to put a bit of extra time and energy into work, and that means that maybe some things in your home life have got to take a back seat temporarily. So the conversation that I had with this other person, we were talking about how you get balance, and it became very clear after a while that that's not something that you can do on a daily basis for most people. For some people you might be able to, but for most of us, it's unlikely that you're going to get the perfect balance between the different facets of your life every single day. And so then achieving balance is a matter of thinking about, well, what's a reasonable time frame over which I want to balance my working life and my personal life? For some people, it might be a week. So in planning a week ahead, you might look at what are the things you've already committed to doing, the things that you absolutely have to do, and then what else do you want to fit into that week? And whether that is time for yourself to pursue a hobby or a favourite sport, whether it's time to spend with your loved ones, whether it's time to do some learning, or perhaps to go behind the scenes of something that you're doing at work and do some background to it. What else do you want to fit into your week? Only by doing that planning can you then say to yourself, OK, have I got a suitable balance? Am I going to get to the end of that week and feel as though I've spent too much time at work, or that I've spent too much time with my family at the expense of perhaps some of my work projects? Now, for some people, a week's not long enough. For some people, you might need to look at a whole month in order to feel that you've achieved balance. I did once have a client who did interim work, and she said that the way she balanced her life was to look at the whole year. And so she would take an interim contract for 6 months, work really hard, be away from home a lot, do a lot of late nights, a lot of travelling, and really give the job everything she had for 6 months. And then she'd not take a contract for the next 6 months, and she would spend a lot of time at home. She would spend time with the family. She'd work on her own skills and, have her well-being time, and then she'd be ready to go again. Now, for most of us, that would feel quite extreme, but it worked for her. So the key here is to figure out what's the time frame over which you want to achieve balance and how do you do that. And it doesn't really matter whether it's a year, it's a month, it's 3 months, it's 2 weeks, or even a single day. It's about learning what works for you, doing a bit of planning so that you get your priorities right. I hope that helps.